Morning Year 6, it is Friday the 26th of February and today is our final session of looking at the story Umbrella. Okay, when we read through this yesterday, the description for so many nouns in the story, for example the wind, the rain, the night, etc. The description that's been used is incredibly powerful, and the author has used some very, very high quality language which we are going to explore today by scanning the text, looking for keywords, and also exploring how we might change the language, how we might even replace some of the words with synonyms. So we're actually going to be using quite a lot of different skills today. So first thing that we're going to do is look at a noun which I've given you, which is rain. And we're going to look at how rain has been featured, where it comes up in the story. So the first thing I'd like to do is scan my text, and I'm going to find where the rain has been described. Alright, I'm going now to this paragraph here. Mr. Bell hurried down a dark street, holding onto his bowler hat so that the harsh breeze couldn't steal it. And there, we're not doing breeze, but that's some excellent personification, isn't it? The breeze could steal his hat rather than blow it off. The wind blew harder, almost blowing the short, stout man off course. Eyes narrowed, Mr. Bell tried again to walk into the path of the determined gale. Here we go. A hazy drizzle of misty rain drifted down in sheets. So there it is. So our noun for rain, if I now remove this, how has it been described in the text? It's been described as a hazy drizzle, misty rain, drifting down in sheets. So I'm going to put that as two separate things. So a hazy drizzle of misty rain, a hazy drizzle of misty rain, and then it's also said drifting down in sheets. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is investigate what effect on the reader that has, because as a writer we always make choices of the language we use because we want to have an effect on the reader. We want that reader to visualize this in some way. So now we are the reader. Let's concentrate on drifting down in sheets. What image, what effect does that give us if something is drifting down in sheets? Well, if I think of sheets, I think of like bed sheets, of big picnic sheets, decorating sheets. They're all really big. So that to me makes me think it's certainly a large amount of rain that must be falling. So I'm going to write that. Large amount of rain must be falling. So the effect on the reader is that must be quite unpleasant. It's unpleasant rain. The man is clearly going to be getting very, very wet. Okay, now the last section there is synonym replacement. So could I therefore replace that with something else? Well, at this point, we all know, we've done a lot of work with synonyms before, that we can use a thesaurus to help us find synonyms. So I have gone for an online thesaurus and I've put in the word poured, and coming along here I've got lots of different synonyms now for the word poured. We've got spill, splash, dribble, slop, slosh, decant. Here as a verb, which it is a verb here at this stage, I'm going to go with the word cascade. I think that's a brilliant verb to replace the sheets of rain. So if I now go back to here, large amount of rain, drifting down in sheets, I'm going to say, I'm going to have rivers, because rivers to me suggests a lot of water. So rivers of rain cascaded down. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. So if I now have a look at the original and then have a look at my replacement, I wonder which I prefer. So for the rain, we said drifting down in sheets. That's the one I've concentrated on. So drifting down in sheets, rivers of rain cascaded down. Well, I think I like the original, but at the same time, I think I would also use that maybe later on in the paragraph if I were the writer. So it just shows that synonyms can have equal effect or can have a slightly different meaning or slightly different picture there. So as you continue your table today, I wonder whether you would choose your replacements that you put in this column here, or whether you would rather stick with the original. Okay, so your job today is, as you can see on this table, just like I did, you need to concentrate on one noun at a time. So your first one is darkness. So you need to go back to your text, underline wherever you see darkness feature and read around the word. So for example, I'll give you a hint. Here is darkness. Do this in blue, right at the top. Cloudy night. The darkness covered the city like a thick blanket. So that's all I'm going to say to you there. You then lift from the text how it's been described. Covered the city like a thick blanket. What effect does that have on you? And how could you replace that? And you might want to look up the word blanket. You might want to look up the word thick. You might want to look up the word covered in a thesaurus to help you come up with a replacement. And then do the same for wind, umbrella, city, street lamps, cars, and park. And it would be really interesting to see what replacements you've come up with, but also how you explain that effect on the reader. How does that make you feel, and what do you visualise when you read the amazing description of these nouns? Good luck with that Year 6, and good luck investigating the language that has been used today. And we look forward to seeing your completed tables today. Well done.